All right. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the NFP Review Board for Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. Nolan, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes. Hollander? Here. Frederickson?
Here.
Fuller?
Here.
Glasser? Leto?
Here.
Martin?
Here.
Bassett?
Can I entertain a motion to excuse absent member Glasser?
I'll motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Welcome to our new board members. Happy to have you here. Next item on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda. Can I get a motion to adopt the...
We we do have one amendment to the agenda for new business item 3, referring to the February reschedule. It does say currently that we'd be rescheduling from the 27th to the 21st. We'll actually be rescheduling from the 27th to the 29th. There's an existing meeting on the 21st, and the 27th is election day. So
the 29th. The 29th is a Thursday, right?
Yep, correct.
Okay. All right. Any other changes to the agenda?
Nope.
Okay. Could I get a motion to adopt the formal agenda with the addition from Nolan here tonight?
So moved. Second.
Support. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Item C on the agenda tonight is the approval of the meeting minutes from the November 28th, 2023 meeting. It was a pretty short meeting, so there's not a ton in the minutes there, but are there any amendments to the minutes from the previous meeting? Okay, hearing none, can we entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 28th, 2023?
So moved. So moved.
Support.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion passes on the minutes. Okay, item D, the public comment period. So let's see. Okay, if there's anyone present here tonight that would like to make any comments, please step forward to the podium. You'll have 3 minutes to make your comments. Okay, do we have any callers on the phone, voicemail this month?
Hold on just a moment. It looks like we do not have any callers at this time.
Okay. Next item on our agenda is board member comments. Any general comments from the board on NFP or related matters tonight? I actually wanted to check in. I was looking for the current NFP ordinance online, and I was curious what the process or what the status of the process of incorporating the draft and the edits from the last ordinance we had, where I could find the amendments themselves, but I couldn't find like a new clean version, and I wasn't sure if that was still in process.
Yeah, it's still in process. I could check with the city planner on that, but I think we were working to get the E-code website updated. Can always send you all an updated PDF copy though that incorporates so.
Okay, that'd be great. All right. Any other board member comments or points for discussion? Okay. Hearing none, we'll move on to new business. Approval of the NFP site plan for a project located on 4120 South Sprinkle Road, conditioned upon approval by the zoning administrator and stormwater engineer.
Yeah, I'll start with a brief staff report on the project. So currently the property is owned by Green Ice LLC, otherwise known as Sweet Cut Grow. It's a cannabis grow facility located in Kalamazoo along South Sprinkle Road in the Millwood neighborhood. The parcel itself is currently zoned M1 industrial, and the applicant's proposing to construct a new 20 by 24 foot, 480 square foot accessory structure on the site to contain some equipment for that cannabis grow facility. So the project attended a pre-site plan meeting with the Site Plan Review Committee on November 29, 2023, and the project's planned to return to full site plan review on January 31, 2024. So the project is seeking NFP approval to obtain the full site plan approval and site permits for this project. The site was placed in the NFP overlay district due to slopes of greater than 20%, proximity to Davis Creek, as well as having some potential hydrology on the site along the western edge of the property. The applicant proposes that there'll be no impact to any of these natural features on site, and there's actually to the rear of the structure, there's actually an entire area that's fenced off right now where there's no intensive development whatsoever on that, near that western edge. Since the project is located within the NFP overlay district, the site does require the following NFP site development standards. So there's the water resources standard. Sites in proximity to Davis Creek and has water resources on site. No water resources are planned to be affected during the project. The wetland standard, any wetlands are outside of the work area and will not be affected. Any woodlands that may be protected are outside of the work area and will not be affected. Rare species review is not required for the site. I did want to just say that in the agenda packet, it does say right now that there's the plant selection standard. At this time, I don't think there's any plantings planned for this project, but if there were, they would have to meet the ordinance requirements for plantings. And then, of course, the stormwater management standard, which is applicant's been working with the stormwater engineer on this site to ensure any stormwater requirements are met. So after reviewing the proposed plans, the recommendation right now is for conditional approval based upon approval of by the zoning administrator and the stormwater engineer. So at this time, the applicant would like to come up for a short presentation.
You stole my whole speech. Basically, there's wetlands on this site from day one. On the previous owner, we never entered that. We never went into the woodlands. The site plan has been approved by the previous owner. When the new owner came in, we resubmitted the site plan. That was approved. We got the building done. We have occupancy in it. The site plan was reviewed at that time. We're going to build a 20 by 24, about the equivalent of a small two-car garage, slab on grade, no foundation walls. Biggest hole we're going to dig is 18 to 24 inches deep to run the electrical out to it. It's within the fenced-in area. When I did the water, the impervious on it, because it's only 480 feet, it was well under the original design numbers on that. It was my understanding that we've already been approved for the stormwater. I'm here to answer any questions. We're not taking out any bushes or cutting any trees, but we're not adding any bushes or any trees. The closest we get is if we dig up a little ground, we'll plant some grass.
Before we start with questions for applicant, Nolan, can I get a couple clarifications? So the applicant's not seeking a variance, is just seeking approval of the plan?
Yeah, correct. They're still yet to go before the site plan review committee for full site plan approval, so they're looking for the NFP board approval basically to move forward with that process. Ultimately, the site itself, there's proposed minimum impacts, if any, to the natural features on site. One of the reasons this isn't an admin review is because it's a new structure, it's not an existing structure. Say like a cell tower where that's an existing structure, they're adding to it within the already laid out area, they're not affecting any other parts. So this one is just going before the board for that approval, yep.
Other question was for, since there's no landscaping plan required, you mentioned, is that because this is zoned industrial rather than another?
That is a good question. I think I'd have to look back at the zoning code requirements, landscaping requirements. I don't know if doesn't seem there's any required plantings for the frontage. Maybe the planting sheets I was looking at were simply a little older or had already happened. Like the applicant stated too, this structure has been built, so there was previous work done. This is just an accessory structure, so the landscaping may have already been taken into account at that earlier point.
That makes sense. Okay, thank you. Open it up for questions for the applicant from the board.
Do you have a sense of the distance to the wetlands of the new structure?
There should be a dimension on the drawing in the lower left-hand corner. Let me get the bigger print.
Oh, 1 inch.
137.
Okay.
Could you just mention again what the condition of the property is now? There's currently a building there, and this is an addition onto the current structure. Is that correct?
This will be an accessory building. It's separate from the main building.
Okay. And the existing building is on this parcel, correct? It's
Yes.
not on an adjacent
It
parcel?
is what you see here, what was built. They haven't put any additions on it.
Okay.
It'll be the same number of employees. The employee that works here is working inside. He'll just come out to this workstation.
Okay. Any other questions or comments for our applicant from the board?
I just want to clarify that, so the planting list that was on that sheet is not, there are no plantings proposed, or there was a list of plants on one of the
The plants
Sheets we
that
got.
you see on there are existing.
existing. Okay, so nothing is proposed in addition to that?
What we did, I think we added a couple notes just to tell that they are
Okay.
existing.
Okay,
And this was the same plantings on both site plan approvals previous.
All right. Any other questions or comments for our applicant? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any board discussion on the 4120 South Sprinkle Road proposal? Okay. All right, hearing none. can I entertain a motion to approve the NFP site plan for the project located at 4120 South Sprinkle Road, conditioned upon approval of zoning administrator and stormwater engineer?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, and Nolan, did you want to do a roll call vote for this, or is voice vote fine?
We'll do a roll call. Hollander? Yes. Frederickson?
Yes.
Fuller?
Yes.
Glasser? Leto?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Bassett?
Yes. Okay, any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thanks again to the applicant for coming and preparing all your materials for us. Item 1 under, item 2 under new business is board election. The action is entertaining a motion to elect Director Kyle Martin as chairperson and Director Aaron Fuller as vice chairperson. Is there anything else you wanted to add to that, Nolan?
Yeah, just a little context. So usually within the first quarter of the year, if we need a board election, that's when the bylaws sort of state that we should conduct the board election. Since we had the turnover of directors Sylvester and Kolick, who was previously the chair, current vice chair Leto is chairing this meeting, but then starting, after this board election, starting at the February meeting, would be when the new chairperson and vice chairperson start those roles. So,
Okay.
pretty simple, yep.
Any questions for Nolan or discussion among board members? Great. Well, thanks for stepping up, Kyle and Aaron. And can I entertain a motion to elect Director Kyle Martin as the NFP Board Chairperson and Director Aaron Fuller as the NFP Board Vice Chairperson?
So moved.
Second?
Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, item 3 under new business is the rescheduling of the February meeting. Nolan, did you want to reiterate what you mentioned at the beginning of the meeting?
Yeah, so initially when we met in November, we went through the 2024 board meeting calendar, and the 27th was listed as the February meeting. But this year, the primary elections will be taking place at that time, so city commission chambers for half of that week are unavailable. So initially, I was looking to reschedule for that Wednesday, which is the 21st. However, ECC meets now in the City Hall Commission chambers at that time, at the same place, same time. So luckily, we have the 29th is available since it's the 5th Thursday of the month, which is sort of doesn't happen very often. So nobody meets on the 5th Thursday of the month. So that date is available at the same time we would normally meet. So it's just basically shifting our regularly scheduled date to the 29th, and then I can make that change with the clerk's office so that it's updated on the city website. So anyone who would like to attend has the accurate date and time.
Okay, great. Any discussion for board members, and it works for everybody? Great. Can I entertain a motion to approve moving the February regular meeting of the NFP board from February 27th to Thursday, February 29th, in order to not conflict with Election Day?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, second from Director Fuller. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Item G on the agenda, unfinished business. I don't see anything on the agenda, Nolan. If not, then I'll move to staff reports and updates. Any updates from staff?
Nothing major, just wanted to, say, we have 2 new board members. Mr. Tyler Bassett, Mr. Matt Hollander, thank you for your service on the board. So I just wanted to shout them out again.
Nolan, did you want to mention anything about the email you sent out about the Imagine Kalamazoo engagement survey? I know it's kind of tangentially related to NFP, but certainly overlaps.
Yep, so we conduct a lot of engagement for a lot of very different projects throughout the year. Right now, we're currently asking for feedback from residents, board members who are serving, just to see how we can better engage with everyone within the city. There's tried and true methods, but maybe there's a gap we're missing that we're not aware of. So right now, if you you can visit the city website, and there's a survey up that's up through February 17, so mid-February, where you can provide that feedback.
Great.
Am I on, Jamie? Thanks. I have one shameless plug for this evening, actually. If you have time after this meeting at 5 o'clock, the city's sustainability planner, Justin Gish, is going to be giving a presentation at Green Drinks. We have a greenhouse gas inventory and baseline for both city facilities and for our community-wide emissions that we're starting to kind of, go around, shop around. You'll be seeing that at a couple of different events coming up here. And so you're welcome to come tonight. It's at Shakespeare's Pub, 5 to 7 p.m. We'll also be probably coming in front of City Commission in, I'm guessing, February sometime, so keep an eye out for that date. But now that we have some numbers, we're taking a hard look at how do we chip away at those numbers. I don't think you'll be surprised. It's buildings like this and like many buildings that we all occupy all the time that are really the biggest piece of the pie. So a lot of work for all of us to do, but please join us and take a look at those numbers. I think you'll find a lot of good information in there, so thanks.
Can I ask you a question on that? Do you know if
Yeah.
they're doing the presentation at 5 or if they're going to do it more like 6, like how they used to do Green Drinks?
There's typically some, socializing and people trickling in. I think it might kick off a little before 6, but I was at one a couple of months ago and it felt like it took a little bit for folks to come in, get seated, maybe grab a drink. So
Okay,
a little before 6, yeah.
thanks.
Awesome. Thank you. Twist everybody's arm to go to Shakespeare's. Okay. Any other staff updates? Okay. Hearing none. Item I on the agenda is other communications or announcements. Any communications or announcements from board members? All right. Hearing none, I'm happy to adjourn the January meeting, the NFP.
I appreciate you, Dawn. Yeah, it's very unusual for you, but. PJ was so sweet because I started his meeting and he's like, okay, I'm just gonna